Party Brew. We chilling at South by Southwest. Getting a little tired and stuff, but you know what I'm saying. This is one of the best interviews that we're gonna have. We with the international rhyme slayer, Crazy. Gives you the 16s from Antarctica with next to the penguins and all that. You know what I'm talking about? All day.
Africa, Australia's next.
Da-da-da. Pug Atomz, man.
7 countries winners. Whoa. Seen them all.
Whoa.
Doing it. But yeah, I'm Pug Atomz, 63rd Aberdeen, Inglewood all day. CTA Radio every Wednesday, 9 to 12, Ride the Rails. Pretty much, man, I'm a hip-hop kid. Grew up as a graffiti writer, then got into rapping. And pretty much, man, this last year, Russia, Poland, Finland, all over Austria, Germany, France, all over the UK. Got a big band out there called The Electric with me, DJ Vadim, Sabra J, this keyboard player, Steve Keys. He plays for like Estelle, John Legend, a couple other people. So really big things coming. Me and Grant Park's album is on the way with Fat Beast. We just worked out the deal right now. That's the next thing up. Kinda like a rapper, that's what it's called. So look for that, definitely.
That was a whole lot of information, man. No. Damn, man, he's doing it, man. Come on, man. Let me ask something. Yeah. All right, man. So, check it, man. We know that you're very involved in the hip hop community and teaching the youth. Yeah. Like, let us know, man, what type of satisfaction that brings, man. Because a lot of people are not doing that, and they like degrading women and degrading the kids, man. How does it, make you feel to be able to help them within our culture that we live?
Yeah, well, I mean, for me growing up, in Inglewood, where it's mainly gang violence, it was kind of hard to find hip-hop, you know what I mean? I had to kind of search it out. Like, I had some older cousins that were in it, in the early 80s, but when they got older, they kind of dipped away. And like, that struggle to find it, it was something that really motivated me to want to pass it on and be able to, show somebody a different thing, a different light. So like, when I do teach rap, usually it's a lot of drug dealers. I mean, I'll be honest with you, straight up, real talk. A lot of them are like corner boys, and it's crazy. Like, they were like, yo, Pugs, I gotta go serve today. I can't go, to class. And that's like so real, to go to your teacher and be like, this is what I have to do. So, I mean, for me, after, those kind of things happen, and I'm on a mission from there, like, yo, I have to show them another way. So, I mean, things that I've done in the past is, take the kids on field trips to some of the local shows, so they can see somebody not, at a Nas level, but somebody, a little bit ahead of where they're at, so they can see it's a possibility. And then also, like I do with the youth, graphic design, t-shirt design, because, I design for a couple different companies to show them other ways to make paper, because I feel, a lot of times with arts and education, they don't really show them how to make money, man. They just show them a skill or a talent. And a lot of times, more a hood person, they take it for granted. They're just like, how is this supposed to help me get a job? You know what I mean? Like, how is that gonna make sure me and my mom are straight? So I really try to, push that aspect of, how to make it a living, And I've been blessed to make this my living. Like, I only eat off being an artist. There's nothing else I really do. So, I just feel good to be able to pass it. And, that's how I was taught, by my parents to pass it, because they passed what they knew. My mom was a painter, my father was a radio host and a Panther. So, they instilled those things into me, that you have to tell our story, you have to pass it on.
Right, man, that's real deep, man. Now, thinking about that, when I was in public schools, I came up through that system, I always felt that there was a disconnect. Yeah. And being one of the few kids that I think was actually conscious about it, I was like, yo, they trying to teach me shit that I don't give a fuck about or not ever gonna use. Right. You know what I mean? Like measuring shadows of trees and shit like that. Yeah. I was always like, man, why don't they teach me how to balance a checkbook or something? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what do you feel is gonna help bridge that disconnect, man, between urban living students and these schools and curriculums?
Well, I think to a point it starts with the music, and I hate to say that because music is supposed to make you feel good. You're supposed to want to party with it as well, but it has to educate you too. And I think sometimes what they hear all the time kind of like beats out any want for anything else, because it's just like quick things that they getting fed. And I think it's just more a sense of humanity, if more people have that, more kids have that, they'll look at it in a different way. But also the schools have to really prepare, the kids for life, and also, the family and, the people in the neighborhood got to help prepare the kids for life. Something that I would do no matter what subject I was teaching, we would make the kids have to do resumes. Because that's something that, they might never, ever, been involved with, and that's like so detrimental to doing anything. You know what I'm saying? Even to be a rapper, you got to write a bio of some sort. So, I mean, it's really just, you know, passing on a sense of humanity, a sense of worth, you know, those kind of things. But I do feel you, because when I was in school, I wasn't really the best student. I was pretty bored, you know, until I really got into the arts. I was like, why am I here, man? They're not talking to me. Yeah.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit. What brings you to South by Southwest? Where did you perform, and you know, how was the reaction?
Well, this is like my maybe 4th year at South by Southwest. So, I mean, I've had so many different experiences here. This year was really about interviews and just linking with a few artists that, you know, I've talked to online to, you know, to work together, but finally, you know, making those connections, you know, more wholesome. But I did the Blind Eye Stussy Leaders collabo joint earlier today. A bunch of Chicago folk, a bunch of DC folk, St. Louis folk, and I think some Detroit folk were in there too, man. Real good time. It's good to see a lot of people, you know, that I'm friends with, and you know, my peers and I'm a fan of, all rock the same stage. Usually when I play South by, it's with a bunch of people I kind of don't know, or, you know, never really are familiar with the music. So it just felt good to see that brotherhood and all of us, you know, being in the same place. I kind of wish we could have all took a picture. Because, you know, there's not a lot of pictures with the whole scene, you know what I mean, together, getting it. But, I mean, South by Southwest every year gets better for me. And just, you know, I'm a fan all day of the music. You know, I do the radio show with K-Max and just, you know, trying to catch some of those artists we play all the time, you know, and get those interviews. And the same thing you're doing here, you know, is what I usually wind up doing. I mean, a couple times they're like, hey, can you be a cameraman while I'm out here? I'm like, all right, cool. You know, that's what it, you know, rolling with it. But, I mean, it's always good, and I encourage, you know, anybody watching this, all the different music conferences, check them out. You don't know what can happen if you try, you know. All people can do is say no. They could say yeah, and it could go so much further, so.
All right, man. So just go ahead and let us know what project you working on. You already mentioned it once.
That's
but
I got a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah, let us know about all of that, and just like give us a drop for Ugtv.
Okay. Well, first of all, hold on. So you see this? You see this right here? Ugtv, Pug Atomz, the man of the people, here live and direct. Big up, man. Support the local scene, man. Support the TV that lets you see your people. That's really, really big. But the next thing's coming up, man, is the Smoker's Jacket with me and Audacity. He's like a comedian singer. It's a free record that we're going to give out over the internet at the end of this month. And then after that, the Gents, we have a mixtape with DJBooth.net, all free download with me, West Wrestlers, and Illegit. Then also the Electric with me, DJ Vadim, Cyber J, Little Stick Keys over in London. It'll be at the end of the year. That's like a full album. Like, I think we got like 26 songs. We're figuring out what we're gonna use, what we're gonna take. And then probably the first, you know, real release will be kind of like a rapper with Grand Parks, Coleman Music. We did the XX, you know, working together and getting in with Fat Beats. So look out for that real soon. And thank y'all.